Hi everyone, my name is Shreya and I'm with EyePop. Today, I'm so excited to talk about one of our new features, which is EyePop Abilities. So firstly, what exactly is an ability? An ability is an easy way to solve a computer vision problem by using a prompt and a set configuration. So today, I'll be explaining how we can use these EyePop abilities to solve some common problems in industry. So let's get straight into it. So let's imagine that we're both business owners, and in this business, we need to log down information from a user's driver's license. So let's look at a driver's license and see what this task would entail of. Looking at the sample, we see that there's a lot of information that we could extract. We can get their first name, last name, driver's license number, date of birth, their expiry date, whatever it is, there's a lot of information on here. So maybe writing this down once by hand the first time around wouldn't take too long. But let's say if we had 100 driver's license images, say if we had 500, say if we had 1,000, suddenly this process of, writing down all of this information becomes slow, costly, and very prone to human error. So let's see if we can use an EyePop ability called structured OCR to see if we can make this process a lot easier. In order to do that, let's scroll down to the bottom, and here we have our GitHub. Feel free to open this up and put it into whatever ID you find most comfortable, and let's get ready to write some code. Welcome back. So what I've done so far is I've opened up our GitHub, downloaded the Python notebook that I found in there, and just opened it in a Google Colab. I've already installed the EyePop SDK, and I've already added my account details like my ID and my API key. So make sure you have all of that set up before we actually get started with running the code. But speaking of the code, let's talk about how we firstly define an ability. To define an ability, we need the ability name, the description, and the model, and the prompt itself. I won't go line by line on everything here, but I do want to speak a little bit more about the prompt itself. Firstly, we give a description of what the model is actually getting. It's getting an image of a driver's license, and we say specifically what it should do with that. Our task here is to extract structured data that is clearly visible in the image. We state to return only valid JSON, and these instructions here are probably the most important part because we say extract only text that's clearly readable. But we also state what should happen if the image is not a driver's license, or say if something isn't visible, then we say return null. These cases are incredibly important because in case you get something that is totally random, we want to make sure that the model knows what to do and doesn't give you some sort of weird jumbled mess of JSON and something that we are unfamiliar with. So what we have in this JSON structure is pretty much exactly what we were talking about when we were looking at the image itself. We have the first name, middle name, last name, all of that information, and it returns only the JSON object. In case you want to print out something that's much longer than this, I would modify this max new tokens value to increase that a little bit more based off of the length of what exactly you want to output. But for the length of this JSON structure, 250 is totally fine. Next, we need to actually create this. So we're going to create this VLM ability group. We're going to create the VLM ability and publish it. And what I mean by publish it is once we run this, we'll actually see this ability on the abilities tab on the EyePop UI. So far, we've already defined our ability, we've created our ability, and even published it to the EyePop UI. But we now want to check if our ability is working in the way that we expect it to work. So let's call and run our ability. So firstly, we have this pop right here, which has our ability associated with it. And you see that I've added this tag called latest. And this means that every single time that I go back in and I create a new prompt or I adjust my current prompt, I want to make sure that it's pointing to the most recent version of that prompt in that group of abilities. So I'm adding this tag called latest. And next I'm setting it to run with our sample image right here, which is this image that's over here. And I've already gone ahead and ran this. So let's see what the output's like. We see our output under text, and we see that the document type is driver's license. That's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted it to say. And it's recognizing that it's from Alabama. It has the correct license plate number. And as you can see right here, it couldn't find a middle name on here. It doesn't have one. So it says it has replaced it with null, which is exactly what we wanted if it couldn't find the correct value. And if we can scroll all the way to the other side, and we see these are all the values that we wanted, what we expected to get. And there you go. It finishes over here. So great, now we know that it works with one single image, but how am I going to run this on my entire data set? So we can move down to evaluation flow, and you can see what it's doing is that it's appending all all of the results into one dictionary, and it kind of outputs that into this JSON file called output.json. So I've already ran this with my entire data set, so let's see what this JSON file looks like. All right. Perfect. Okay, so we see the name of the image, so South Carolina, and it says that the issuing state is South Carolina. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted, and we see that all of the results are showing up as we expected. So this means that our ability is working just as we expected, and it's working as well as we thought it would. And yeah, that's how you create a structured OCR ability. And if you have a use case that you want us to test out and try out and explain, feel free to put that into the comments below. We're always looking out for suggestions. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you on the next one.